Welcome to Accentuate. My name is Terry Night Owl Lyons, and I'll be your host this evening for a cozy half hour of reflection. I'm going to take you on a short journey through music before beatboxes and technological advances existed. We're going to swing around to the old school, Big Mama and the Family, for a taste of wisdom. And then we're going to swing around and make contact with some funky history, some of which has been sanitized and neutralized from our social consciousness and textbooks. And lest we forget the private miseries of the spirit, I will take you to the spirit that laughs and cries, that remembers and yearns to find peace in an increasingly disconnected society. Here on Accentuate, a voice is given to the frustrations and discontent that has been silenced from fear, from resignation, or perhaps from amnesia. So we can laugh and we can shout, we can teach and we can learn. So sit back, have a laugh, shed a tear, and remember a time here on Accentuate. You know, Silver Gray Wisdom tried to give you advice. She's gone down the road that you have paved at least twice. Got a hard head, that makes a soft behind. Can't tell you nothing, so go ahead on. See, you gotta find out the hard way of what's right and what's wrong. You know, the old folks forgot more than we'll ever know. And if you can listen, you'll learn quite a bit. But don't blow her patience, because she'll tell you, that's your load of red wagon. You can push it or you can pull it. Now she's been in love, and she's had her men. She knows about the now and she knows the then. Nothing has changed through the years. The only thing that's new are your fresh tears. And you see, her husband didn't want her to wear lipstick and rouge. But I tell you, he sure loved it on the woman he had on his midnight cruise. She'll tell you to get up on your feet. Don't be nobody's fool. Now, what you gonna do? You gonna push or you gonna pull? And she's had people do her wrong. She can tell you the stories. She knows the dance and she wrote the song. And she'll tell you most people are full of bull. Don't pay it no mind. You got your own wagon to pull. So just leave the rest behind. Silver Gray tried to tell you right. No, long before you were born, she was in first one battle, then a fight. Well, she's tired now, ready to sit down. She's worn out, her patience just about in the ground. She has been there and done that, and she can tell you how to hook it. She'll tell you to grab that chain, hold on tight, now damn it, pull it. All you gotta do is listen to the voice crowned in silver hair. Listen to the precious wisdom decades of combat put there. Now, don't give her a hard time with what you think you know. Listen, and she'll tell you the back road to go. And she can help you miss the potholes that she hit. Because in the end, it's your little red wagon. Baby, you got to push it or pull it.
I'd only listen, if I'd only listen, if I'd only listen to silver gray hair. Ooh, if I'd only listen, if I'd only listen, if I'd only listen to silver gray hair, silver gray hair, silver gray hair, silver gray hair.
Invariably, we go through the day minding our business and something will make us stop. And we must ask ourselves the proverbial question, what the hell? You see, I don't know what made me stop to look, stand still in this world of confusion. I used all the time that it took, and I finally came to the conclusion we must have lost our minds. Ha! We're bombarded with dizzy pursuits that lead to absolutely nowhere, spending more than we have, and having a dime to spare. You know, we've been taught to believe processed food can be healthy, while fresh foods kill. And people who can't adjust to the madness are diagnosed with syndromes and prescribed a pill. We're in a place where confusion has been normalized. You check that? Lies have been made acceptable. Denial is some kind of social skill, and it makes all this madness out here undetectable. I've decided that I could get twice as much done in half the time, live in peace and do fairly well, if I just didn't have to contend with feeble minds. Woo, that make me scratch my head and wonder, what the hell? Ha! Let us take a trip to the beach. Nothing can heal the soul as being on a Brazilian beach in the Caribbean, tropical. Yeah. Are you ready? The forces of nature overpower man's best attempt for control, for balance, and fulfillment. And so it may be true There is a paradise inside of our being that can surface in harmony with this nurturing force. Imagine allowing nature to make love to your body, to make love to your soul. Lying on a warm beach at sunset, alone. Feel the sand, the ocean's gentle rush, caressing and releasing your entire body. Imagine the sun just warm enough and the sultry breeze setting a tingle of peace and delight. Yeah. Imagine your mind free from intellect and filled with an imagination that has no room or need for words. Feel your body, feel the water. Feel your skin feeling. Feel the ocean's ebb and flow, so gentle and constant, you lose all sense of time and space. Do you feel it? The sand should feel soft by now, like a full body massage. Feel the rejuvenation. Allow yourself to feel the tingle. Feel the cool, salty water, attempting foreplay, but gently leaving just a kiss of rapture. Feel the sultry breeze that is invisible but present, beckoning you to open wide, while the waft awakens every cell in your body, and the sun sits back and watches. Imagine being not awake, yet not asleep, but somewhere under the control of a sacred influence, in harmony with the same force that created and maintained your soul. Imagine. bless the child. God bless the child. Let us God bless the child.
Boom, 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 doo, doo. Boom, 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 doo, doo. Ta, 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 ta. Boom, 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 doo, doo. Boom, 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 doo, doo. Boom, 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 doo, doo. Them that sky shall get. Them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Mama may have eye, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own.
Since the African foot hit these shores, it has fought imperial powers. And we have been in a battle ever since to redeem what is truly ours. Stripped of our name, cuisine, worship, and culture, each dark soul has a secret ethos he must keep in his heart, but hide from the vultures. Now, our status moved from slave to offender that resonates still in the American agenda in an evasive search for freedom. Reconstruction brought the first sigh of relief. Yeah, and even when we were threatened and lynched and our hearts were heavy with grief, we somehow endured. We'd stayed full of hope because we had a dream to fulfill. The goal was complete autonomy from the white man's will.
While the strong get more and the weak ones fade, empty pockets they don't even make grade. Mama may have eye, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own.
We must remember we weren't the only ones suffering from the sickness that infected these shores. Native American blood irrigated this nation. Their culture, too, was shredded to the core. Black women were convenient whores. Black men were the so-called problem and the cause of wars. Only European perspectives were correct to invade, intrude, and willfully neglect. Now, the fight had a setback when Jim Crow came along. Separate but equal became a legal but moral blasphemy. You see, it kept the coloreds from being a part of America, and it promoted tyranny. Now, it took more than 60 years to try again to be free. This isn't some ancient history or some old slave story. This is in my time, and it directly affects me. Oh, but blood flowed yet again as Dr. King's voice threatened to shake the ice caps from the mountains for freedom and choice. He pulled the drawers off of Jim Crow and marched all the way to jail, and an age-old battle of cruelty to overthrow. And we didn't have the option to fail. Well, we thought we were free again when that civil rights bill was penned. And we truly thought the battle was won when Lyndon Johnson took the high road, ending his speech with, "We shall overcome." Oh, but freedom remained shrouded behind dark clouds of repression, teased with a beacon of expectation arbitrarily given or taken away. Now, we had to fight just to keep our spirits up. We had to fight through another undignified day. Oh, but gospel, Motown and the blues got us through. It kept the movement going in a way politicians never could do. And again, we thought freedom was near until our leaders began to violently disappear. They were shot, all killed in public, but we were led to think that some lunatic had done it. Conspiracy theorists believe that Hoover was behind the carnage because, you see, he hated the blacks, he hated the Kennedys, he hated anybody who disagreed with his stories of conjure that he needed to succeed. He hated anyone threatening status quo. That's the white man's code word for supremacy. Ha! Well, strides were made. Freedom was once again in the air. But the movement weakened when we were arriving, getting brand new, getting way up there. And we truly thought the mission was complete when we were getting jobs and houses that were previously elite. Our minds shifted from we to me, another democratic trick into which we fell, believing we were truly free.
Money you've got, oh, lots of friends hanging around and crowding around your door. Oh, hey, but when it all is, they don't come around anymore. Yeah.
Jim Crow grew quiet. They took him off the law books. So it wasn't obvious anymore of the new road he took. Silence filled the air when he was working with zeal to keep injustice alive and the truth from being revealed. The psychological warfare was front and center, tinged with the same old denial. But at the same time, black folks were backsliding because, you know, some of us became trifling, irresponsible, and just plain buck wild. Unity became more difficult because we got sick of one another. Started calling each other bitches and nigger instead of sister and brother. Easy for drugs to grip us with an evil claw. It's fodder to create poverty and convicts. It's like 100 years ago when black codes were the law. Well, here we are, The masses still in despair. The so-called middle class is just one paycheck away from breathing desperate air. We must once again fight for options to live because we're still climbing that mountain, still trying to give better options for those yet to be born, to free them from stigmas and free up their life so they can accumulate knowledge and wisdom and not inherit the ancestral fight.
To rich relations, they offer you a crust of bread and such. Go on, help yourself, but don't you take too much.
Once again, we're on the line of a momentous change. Diversity has reached the Oval Office, but will the social order be rearranged? It'll take ordinary people like me and you to make it real and adjust the maladies of society. It is not an option. It is another must. Yes, we can, he said, and you know that is true. But it's not all up to him. It's up to me. And it's up to you.
Mama may have, and Papa may have, but God bless a child that's got his own. That's God is on. That's God is on. That's God is on.
You had 1 minute left. I was giving you.
Okay, I.
Oh, is this the stretches?
That should be the outro right there. The outro.
And
That's the
Same as the intro.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be the outro right there.
Huh?
I get rich relations. I thought